Back to your future strategy. Back to your future strategy. Now, I have in my hand a copy of a birth certificate. You probably can't see it. It's my birth certificate, and it's really this which prompted me to make this communication today. So, in my backstory, I was brought up in a town called Harrogate in North Yorkshire, which is a very disproportionately wealthy town. It's probably got a population of 100,000, sits at the gateway to the Dales, and it's a beautiful town. It's very pretty, and you can take tea at Betty's. So that will give you an idea of the kind of flavour. But that's only part of, if you like, my backstory. And I want to talk about another bit related to my father and his family here today. Now, I used to ask my father, where was I born? And he would say St. Luke's Hospital, Bradford. I remember asking him many times, you know, where was I born? And he would say St. Luke's Hospital, Bradford. Now, about 6 months ago, I was going through my father's papers. He had passed some years ago. And in my father's papers was my birth certificate. And I thought, oh, I wonder why I've never thought of looking at my birth certificate to find out the information that I was looking for. Anyway, I looked at my birth certificate. I have it here. And the address of the place that I was born at is 217 Horton Lane. 217 Horton Lane. And I thought, that's great. I can look it up and I can find out exactly now the place that I was born in. So I looked it up, Google search, and 217 Horton Lane, the answer came back, was the address of the Bradford Union Workhouse. The Bradford Union Workhouse. So I was a bit surprised. And I started to remember all the stories that my father used to tell me, you know, and he would say to me, warnings, you know, you better be careful or you'll end up in the workhouse. And I thought it was his sense of humour, but it was closer to home than I imagined. Now, the workhouse system in the UK was abolished in the 1930s, but it continued under various guises, different kind of public institutions. And eventually the Bradford Union Infirmary, where I was born, was either absorbed or became what we know as St. Luke's Hospital today, and in the NHS. Was absorbed into the NHS in 1948. Now, this is still before my birth time, but on my birth certificate it says 217 Horton Lane. Doesn't say St. Luke's Hospital, Bradford. And 217 Horton Lane was used as an address so that it did not disadvantage children born in the workhouse. So as I came to kind of reflect on this, and the jokes that my father used to make to me, the knowledge that his father died when he was 11 years old, he couldn't take up a grammar school place, and he was pretty much out to work to help his mother, my grandmother, support the family, because there were 4 children. He had 2 brothers and a sister. And the possibility of the workhouse must have been a real threat, you know, in their time. And the energy about this discovery is raw, really. It's good. I like it, but it's raw. And it's very different to the type of energy associated with Harrogate in North Yorkshire. And the effect of this discovery, the full information I don't have at the moment, but it really did create a recalibration within my kind of physical system. And that energy was brought into the present because it answered so many questions, so many jokes, if you like, so many messages that my father was sending to me became real. And I've got that now in my presence. And the future opportunities are wide, they're various, and they're coming towards me. So, in order to get your strategy for yourself, or as a business owner, or as a career CEO, in order to get your strategy, go back to your future strategy.